Hello, welcome to another edition of Politically Speaking, and today my guest is Justin Hunyepa of Botswana National Front. If you know well, Justin Hunyepa is one of the people who has been mentioned in WhatsApp group leaks that made news during the week. So he was amongst the people like Moete Mokwasa, Dumelan Salishando, and Sidney Pilan. So unfortunately, some didn't manage to turn up. So today, welcome, Mr. Hunyepa.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
A re buile go kgang yano ye le gore ke yone ya moruthuta kgang ya di-leak tse le gore ke tsa lona le ba UDC tse le gore di heletse di le mo setšhabeng ra tlhalosetse what really happened.
Well, I am in the executive committee of the UDC from the Botswana National Front. There, you know that all contracting parties that forms UDC, we have four parties: the BNF, BCP, Botswana People's Party, as well as Botswana Movement for Democracy. So under the BNF, I am there with Comrade Dr. Reverend Prince Dibela. I am as well with Moete Mokwasa, as well as the President, Comrade Duma Boko, representing the BNF in the UDC. So at that particular committee, we have a group, a social platform, a WhatsApp group. So where we usually interact and exchange ideas. If there are any updates, we share from there. So it's a group that is there, that is officially where we exchange views and positions from there. So I would like to confirm that we have such a group.
Now let's talk about the leaks.
Yes.
The conversation.
Yes.
Is that a genuine conversation?
It's a genuine conversation. It transpired.
Memo group yung ha re le batho ne di leaks go supega lelo. Why? Are you lona le ba BNF a le na le tirisanyo mmogo le Repilane?
Those are conversations in any organization. That small unit of ours as well, there are differences. Usually, where there are a group of people, they will always differ on certain issues. And I would like to make it clear as well that those were private conversations, which were not supposed to be public.
Okay, a re tsene ga mo conversation go na le go gongwe ke tla nang kula teng go buiwa ka constituency ya Moshupa Manyana le ntse le teo Mopane go ileng gore wena personally le re Mogwatsa you are mentioned in re tlhalosetse ka yona.
Yeah, you'll recall that when the talks to accept BCP were concluded, there was a launch of the conclusion of the talks in Tlokeng at Oasis, where the media was invited, where the BCP's presence and the admission to UDC was also announced after the negotiations. And that's where the constituencies were also stated out and announced. BCP, you'll have 17, BNF, you'll have 22, BMD, you'll have 14, I think people said something like 4. And then it was also made public at that. I know that Ndaba, the president of BMD, then attended. They were there. BMD was represented there as well. People's Party was represented, BCP and PNF as well. Pilan was not in the show, was not in the leadership during that time. And I think even his membership in the BMD, I think during that time there were some controversies about it. I'm not certain about that one very well. So during that launch at Oasis, it was made clear that but there are other two constituencies which will be for bilateral talks between the BNF and the BMD. And these are Lenzwele Tau, Mopane, and Moshupa Manyana. Those that are left for BND and BNF to discuss amongst themselves. So any other issue of exchanging or of giving up constituencies, that one will be left to different parties. It won't be taken to the platform of the UDC. Hence, you'll recall that BCP has also engaged BMD on the Franciscan West and the Mau West constituencies. They were doing them outside the UDC platform, but as bilateral. So the issue of Lentswe Letao was under the same, because there were some issues that were supposed to be threshed out by BNF and BCP. And those issues were just simple issues that go and sit down and talk. At the BNF, the Secretary General was appointed that go and engage your counterpart at BMD and resolve this issue at Letao and as well as Mushpamanyana. You know, unfortunately, there was this by-election that came before we could engage each other. But the leadership of the BNF further sent the Secretary General that please engage your counterpart. And the feedback that we got from the Secretary General was that he wrote severally to the Secretary of BMD, Secretary General of BMD, that they meet. It was unfortunate that we found at one stage that BMD announced that they've identified a candidate without even engaging us. That's where the issues came up. And we've always been very clear that we want the Mushpamanyana as well as the Lentswe Letao Mopane constituencies to be resolved amicably. That has been the position of the BNF. Unfortunately, we saw all this coming through press conferences, through press releases by the BMD without engaging us.
Now they're saying they have identified a candidate again for Lentswe Letao Mopane. So what's your take now on their working relationship with you?
Our position is still clear, that we want the two Secretary Generals to sit down and engage and give us feedback. We don't expect, and we have made it clear that should they go ahead with that, I think it won't turn out nice. Should they continue with that, the third that they are putting across, that they are going to put someone as a candidate in Lentswe Letao Mopane.
Okay. How do you engage the BMD on these issues that the constituents when born no the issues are like constituents allocations are like hedile?
We are talking of a position that has been made clear to everyone, that we have, and it has been repeated even in other subsequent interviews, that the Lentswe Letao Mopane and the Mushpamanyana issues are still on the table, and those are for bilaterals between the BNF.
But Pilar hedile.
It's an unfortunate statement that came from Pilar. So we are still going to engage them.
Ko BNF go bua lona baba go tlase president ene o di dimates. Why president alone had dimates as a statement ka Pilar le answer the statement ka di constitutions?
We have a constitution ko BNF which has been running since 1965, and it has been put to the test. And that constitution, it also allocates positions within the party and responsibilities. The president has got his role. It has got his role where he also plays. I played the role of disseminating information. So that's why the president is quiet, is not bringing this issue, because we are capable. And
happy Boko le Pilar ba na relationship ngwe le gore e dira gore Boko a se ka aba a emisa Pilar no go bua dodi wa reng ka yona.
I think that one can find out from the two leaders, from the two advocates. I think they can better explain it.
Mme wena o bona BNF ya go tswelela e dirisana le BMD mo ba le mo UDC towards elections?
We still have the umbrella, like we said, like I said earlier. We expect challenges to be there, and you know, the best way out right now, we are going for our conference in Rekops on the 14th, 15th, 16th, so during the present holidays. The BNF membership will be looking at these matters, will be discussing them, and they will help chart the way forward.
Just taking you a bit from backward, you said we're not who disseminate the information in Boko only, but the Rwanda Boko announced 2 million. Treasurer of party is so right.
He is the part. Let me clarify another issue here. President Boko is the chief spokesperson of the party. So there are issues where if he feels like making an announcement, he can do that. There are those that, which we leave them out for us. So he can announce any party position, any party policy. He's the chief spokesperson of the party.
Megana hati hali consult. Le lona 2 million o utule abu amo media.
Yeah, those are some of the issues that will come up, and I'm here to clarify them that each and every member of the Botswana National Front has got a portfolio and a position. Hari good meeting, those who have issues, they raise them from there. And in this instance, Boko has made it clear to us, he has consulted us, he has explained his sources of income, and that he will be using his personal resources. Yes. No, that's his own unfortunate view, if I can put it that way. It's Mosarakole's view. It's the way we have our own views as well, which we can express, but we respect other organizations and their leaders to make such public announcements about them.
Within the UDC.
We do respect each other, but there are times where tempers can flare. Like in any family, even an ordinary family, you expect to see that. In all political organizations today, there are such differences. Even in trade unions, there are such differences that you always see coming up. Even just recently, you saw at Puso where some members of that. Like I'm saying, that points whereby we can have regrettable exchanges because tempers had fled. We had some even in some organizations, but some are quite whereby those are regrettable, and at the end of the day, really, you find that such leaders usually apologize or express regret for the usage of such.
Okay. But the Maluko BMD, Lava one more grounding.
But
Maluko BMD.
I think that one, it would be better to ask them. That's why it will be easier for them, maybe even to show you their database. Okay. But they are comrade. But they 4 representatives for UDC, and they did even stand Komshop.
Your last words, Mr. Hunyepa.
I would like Hala to inform the public, the members of the different parties, that, well, UDC is still on track. But as well that we would like to encourage them that as they go to their conferences, they should also look and discuss the issues of UDC. We also want to see to it that the UDC constitution will be finally submitted to the Registrar of Society so that the new constitution is in place. Thank you.
Yo in ile re go nyepa from the BNF atsele gore ngathela dintha ka party ya gagwe le sone se sentse se diragala mo setšhabeng mongwe le mongwe wa itse about the leaks le gore ba di congressing jang le motho la nangola we'll bring another guest next time.